In the heart of an empire built on law and legion, one man rose to challenge the very foundations of power. He conquered nations, commanded armies with unwavering loyalty, and reshaped the known world with his ambition. But even the most powerful man in Rome could not escape the shadow of betrayal. This is the story of Gaius Julius Caesar, a tale of power, strategy, and the ultimate price of greatness. Born into the Iuli, a patrician family of noble but modest means, Caesar's early life was steeped in the turbulent politics of the late Roman Republic. From a young age, he displayed a rare combination of charisma, sharp intellect, and relentless ambition. He navigated the treacherous waters of Roman society, forming alliances and outmaneuvering rivals. His public speeches captivated the masses, while his charm won over influential figures. Rome was a city of marble and intrigue, and Caesar learned to master both its visible grandeur and its hidden dangers. He was not just another politician, he was a force of nature, gathering momentum for a destiny he alone could envision. It was in the untamed lands of Gaul that Caesar's name would be forged in fire and steel. As governor, he launched a series of brilliant military campaigns that would last nearly a decade. For 8 years, he and his legions marched across hostile territory, facing down fierce tribes and pushing the boundaries of the Republic further than ever before. His genius was not just in brute force, but in strategy and innovation. He built bridges in record time, besieged impenetrable fortresses, and inspired a fanatical devotion in his soldiers. They were not just fighting for Rome, they were fighting for Caesar. Through his detailed commentaries, he ensured his victories echoed back in Rome, building a legend that both thrilled the public and terrified his political enemies in the Senate. By 49 BCE, the tension between Caesar and the Senate reached its breaking point. Ordered to disband his army and return to Rome as a private citizen, he faced an impossible choice: submit and face certain political ruin, or defy the Republic and plunge it into civil war. On the banks of a small river called the Rubicon, the boundary between his province and Italy, Caesar made his fateful decision. As he led his 13th legion across the shallow water, he is said to have uttered the famous words, "Alia iacta este," the die is cast. This act of defiance was a point of no return. Crossing the Rubicon was not just a military maneuver, it was a declaration of war against the old order, pitting Caesar against his former ally, Pompey the Great, in a battle for the very soul of Rome. Victorious in the Civil War, Caesar returned to Rome not as a general, but as its undisputed master. The Senate, left with little choice, showered him with honors, eventually declaring him Dictator perpetuo, dictator for life, with absolute power in his hands. Caesar embarked on an ambitious program of social and governmental reforms. He revised the Roman calendar, creating the Julian calendar that we still use in a modified form today. He initiated vast public works projects, giving jobs to the poor and beautifying the city. He extended Roman citizenship to people in the provinces and reformed the administration of the Republic, while the common people adored him as a champion. His unprecedented authority struck fear into the hearts of the senatorial elite. They saw not a reformer, but a king in all but name, a tyrant threatening the very existence of the Republic they held sacred. The whispers grew louder in the marbled halls of the Curia. A conspiracy began to form, a coalition of senators who believed the only way to save the Republic was to eliminate its dictator. They were led by men like Gaius Cassius Longinus and Marcus Junius Brutus, a man Caesar had once pardoned and treated like a son. They called themselves the Liberators. Their plan was set for the Ides of March, the 15th of the month in 44 BC. Despite warnings and ill omens, Caesar went to the Senate meeting as planned. There, surrounded by his supposed colleagues, he was ambushed. One by one, the conspirators drew their daggers. He fought back until he saw Brutus among them. The betrayal was absolute, as he fell at the base of his rival Pompey statue. His death marked not the restoration of the Republic, but the final, bloody end of an era. The conspirators believed they had saved Rome, but they had misjudged the will of the people and the legacy of the man they had killed. Caesar's assassination plunged Rome into another round of brutal civil wars. From the chaos, one figure emerged to claim his inheritance: Caesar's grandnephew and adopted son, Octavian. Together with Mark Antony, he hunted down and defeated the assassins. Eventually, Octavian would outmaneuver all his rivals, consolidate power, and taking the name Augustus, become the first Roman emperor. The Republic was truly dead. Caesar's life and death had inadvertently paved the way for the birth of the Roman Empire, a system of government that would dominate the Western world for centuries. His story became a timeless lesson in leadership, ambition, and the fragile nature of power. He climbed to the pinnacle of power, only to be struck down by the very men he sought to lead. He wanted to rule an empire, but instead, he became a legend that would echo through eternity. If you found this journey into the past compelling, help us uncover more stories from history. Share this video, give it a like, and subscribe to Digital Time Vault for more. Thanks for watching.